What's good, family? It's your boy Royalty Trades tapping in today. Man, it's Friday. We done made it through another week, you know what I'm saying? So let's celebrate, man. Um, Yesterday we watched the SPY make new all-time highs again. It flirted with some resistance, and then going into the end of the day, it finally broke out, and it didn't fly by much, but all-time highs is all-time highs, man. So let's see what that means for the market going into next week. Trump is being Trump, and he's just he's gonna make a lot of demands. He's gonna ruffle feathers. So it's gonna be interesting the next 4 years to pretty much see what we gonna get day to day, week to week with this man in office. So right now I got the spot chart pulled up, and as you can see, I got the 30 minute. There's your old levels. Here's what we locked in and broke those new all-time highs. I definitely thought we was gonna feel this yesterday, but this may be a news-related catalyst that we may need in order to push. As you can see, we gapped down yesterday, and it filled it, but it traded all the way above it. So, in my honest opinion, we're gonna need another gap up. If we don't, just because prices can get exhausted trading back up into here. And this was always an area for prices to be challenged. We could come right back down and retest these levels here, back around these lows, 605. So if we look at it from the larger spectrum, it's a long way up. You know, we're pushing all-time highs. The next long target for me right now, maybe the end of the year or so, be 650. So we still got a $50 move this year. The spot does well from where it currently is right now, and that's just with time. Um, Going back into today, spot's kind of flat right now. We closed at 609. Right now we're at 608.90. I'm going to want to see this thing hold. Yeah. I'm gonna want to see a hold at 608 level in order to continue to build. We don't really have any resistance, so it's pretty much kind of hard to tell where it's gonna land at. All I pretty much could do is probably try to find like a something like this as a projection to kind of try to find a projected high within these ranges. So when we line it out like this, then we can be looking at like 624, 625 that we could be pushing with these new all-time highs. The market does decide to continue pushing. So we just have to see if we can't hold above this 608 level, watch for it to come back down. And just like yesterday, if we see lows being taken out, you know, retesting lows, and then it finally gets taken out below this 605, then we're going to start seeing this gap get filled back down to 603. Um, and then my bottom level of support, somehow we get like an inflation catalyst or something that the market doesn't like. I got support down here at about 594, 595-ish. So that's what I'll be watching for on the spot going forward. Qs, I don't think that we quite broke. Nope. So Qs haven't quite broken their all-time highs. Here we are. We want to see levels above 539. That'll be all-time highs for Qs, and check that out. All-time highs kind of links up with what I have projected as the next target up here. So um, Qs did somewhat fill that gap. It left it partially filled. They traded up into that supply zone after they gapped down, and then it followed the rest of the market and squeezed to the upside. Same thing applies. If we don't get another gap up, even if the market does continue to run without something like this above here, then you'll see prices go up and no new buyers are really stepping in. So we'll see prices eventually roll over and come back down to want to fill this gap down here, 524, which it somewhat lines up with my support levels. You know, with time, once it rolls back over, it'll come back, fill this gap, and it'll line up with this. It'll line up with my support level here. So um, definitely want to watch lows get taken out below 528 to finish filling this gap down to the downside to 525. If the market continues to push with Qs, then we're looking for all-time highs to be flirted with, kind of like SPY did at 539. If we continue to break that, then we could see with time 544, 545. And this can kind of be an indicator, kind of like we just saw with SPY, with the projected array here at 623, 624. Same thing with SPY. We'll see this big move on Qs. SPY be pushing up, and we'll have another move up here. So as of right now, I'm just looking for all-time highs to be touched at 539. If we break lows, watch for the gap fill support at 524 for Qs. Still have these unfilled gaps, but like I said, this will probably take a catalyst. We just take it level by level and make the best of what we have. So that's the Qs. We got SPY. Let's take a look at MSTR. I know some of you guys are trading MSTR. Bitcoin is kind of doing this thing, consolidating in big levels. So this will kind of be the thing that you'll want to watch for. We got highs up here, lows down here at 99 and 109. So I always watch BTC when I'm watching crypto related stocks too. So looking at MSTR, MSTR looks kind of interesting. You never know what you're gonna get. We kind of got a little inverse head and shoulders. I mean, it's not the prettiest. And here we are. If I'm looking at this price action right here, then I'm going to watch how, let's look at it. I'm gonna watch how this range over here looks. So I'm mapping out kind of how these big moves, top and bottom, is played out over here on MSTR, and see if we can kind of see it mimic here. See if we can watch the bounce here at 358, 360, and then see if we can eventually touch this trend up here around this 433, 434 level. So I got 437 mapped out as far as that big consolidated move, and then I got 362, and right now that'll be my support level right now. So if we do break below That next level of support will be around 319, 320. But we definitely want to see this support level hold up, and then possibly we make that move up to 433, 434, and retest the top of this big consolidated movement and make some good money if you hold an MSTR. So we did see a gap up. We saw it fill and it kind of held up and consolidated. Um, just be careful because if you're gonna go long, I think shares is the best way to go unless you just scalping. If you go long dated calls or options on MSTR, the theta and the IV is pretty high, and if you're swinging, it's gonna have to make big moves overnight in order for them to pay out. Other than that, you'll just be giving money back. So if you like MSTR, if you like Michael Saylor, buy shares in it and profit from that. And if you're gonna play options, don't hold too long. Don't hold too long because you don't want to give money back that you don't have to. So yeah, let's watch for support down here. Let's watch for support down here at about 356, 355. And then we're going to set a long price target up here at 434. Just to see how it's going to move. If it breaks down, I got my next level down here at 322, 323. So let's see how this plays out. Trump could do something that'll send it through the roof. And last but not least, let's do an NVIDIA. Earnings are getting close. I think we got almost a month left. Yeah. So earnings are approaching. As you can see, we did bounce off of that supply level. I mean, this bullish demand level right here. Barely touched, bounced back up, filled the gap, and it pushed a little bit higher into closing with the rest of the market. Big consolidated moves. Most of the bottom was found around this 132. Looks like most of the top is up here around 148, 149. So right now, like I said, we filled the gap. It's gonna need more of a move up in order for it to have a continuation. If we just see this gap filled with nothing else like this, then we could see the prices retest all day, but it eventually roll back over with no new buyers. I have a support where it's resistance right now at 148. So we definitely want to see prices touch that and then look for the downside move back into this consolidated range here between 147 and this 143. If we continue to roll over though from here, right now we're in a pre-market. I think we have some data that has to be released. But if we start to roll back over, watch for the lows being taken out. Below 143, 65. If we get that, then we'll see prices start to go ahead and come down and fill this gap at 141. That does still line up with my support levels. I have them between 140 and 139. So I think the market's back in kind of a uncertainty level. The reason why I say that, Trump say he's going to force these inflation levels, to come down, and I think that kind of that conflicts with Jerome Powell and what the Federal Reserve is trying to do. You know what I'm saying? So, one thing to be president, it's one thing to bump heads with the chairman. We're just gonna see how that works going into the new year. You feel me? So, these are just my watch list for today. I'm gonna go ahead and get it lined up for you guys. I hope y'all are enjoying the video, enjoying the levels, enjoying my analysis. If you are, go ahead and lock in with the like button. Go ahead and subscribe and support your boy. But it's Friday. I hate trading Fridays. I love it because it's 0 day expirations, but I hate it because the market takes so long to move, and sometimes it doesn't move at all. So we'll just have to see what Friday brings us. And outside of that, just keep an eye on things. Sometimes I have to watch this VIX just to see. And VIX looks bullish. Yeah, it has an unfilled gap down here to 1436, but it's filling this gap up. So just be cautious on the market. I wasn't even supposed to look at that, but some just said click on it and check it out. But yeah, VIX feeling a bullish demand level. It has an unfilled level down here 1435, but that might be all she wrote. And we could be making a move back to the upside here and a move back down in the market. So keep your eyes peeled out. But that's all I got for you guys this morning, man. If you have any requests, drop them in the comments. And when I do just decide to have like a random charting session, those would be some of the stocks that I can go over, break down, and post my due diligence on those too. So happy Friday. Y'all boys have a good week, good weekend, and we gonna lock in and get ready for next